Let's do it. Ooh, chippies. That'll help.
Oh, here you go, buddy.
God bless you. I think that'll make me feel more like a human.
Well,
I'll go
those
grab
are
some.
directly from David, so.
Screw him. David doesn't show up. He doesn't get his chips. That's what I'm saying. You know?
And he doesn't get his chair.
That doesn't get a chair. Welcome back, Racing Addicts fans.
Yes. Chase Briscoe is still on the gas.
I mean, to be fair, I think everybody wishes they had 2 more inches.
Get down, bad boy!
We're all going to be in debt.
I don't know how we're going to do this.
Smash that like button, like Brad smashes people in the chart.
Yeah, there was undisclosed liquid.
You're going back to the
The
door
center
numbers.
number. Where's my Swifties at?
Oh my gosh.
And just like that, we're off the rail.
Welcome back to the Racing Addicts podcast. I am joined here by my one loyal friend this week, Mr. Kevin. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, good. David, we're not sure where he is, so he might pop in. Who knows? Hopefully he's not dead on the side of the road.
Yeah, that would be a bad time.
It would be bad, and nobody wants that.
Mitchell's just too good to associate with us.
I know Mitch hates us again. It's a shame. We miss him. And Mitch was actually at Darlington this weekend, so I was gonna look forward to hearing a little bit from him about the old truck series.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, we see where his priorities are.
I'm a little bit hurt, but it's okay. I will survive. We'll thrive. We'll get through.
We'll get through.
But we are wrapping up a weekend at Darlington, a weekend at Portland, a weekend at a lot locally.
Yes, sir. Getting ready for the Tusky 50 this coming weekend.
I know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. Those sprint car teams, I think, are driving 1,100 miles. Does that sound? No. It's way more than that.
It's more than that.
Yeah. I know it was the one guy posted like his GPS, and it was like 1 day and 14 hours, and it's like Port Royal, we're on the way.
Oh,
like,
man.
gosh, I don't envy him at all. I do not
one
like
bit.
that.
Not
No.
one bit.
So there's a lot. There's a lot that happened. Some good, some heartbreaking,
Yes.
and
Once
some expected but unhappy. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I think that's the summary of the
we
weekend.
covered the gamut here. We covered
Yeah.
the gamut.
Hey, we're getting all the emotions. All the emotions. We'll start out with the Cup Series. Chase Briscoe. Should we have done a bit of a personal? I feel like we didn't have any personal moments. We normally have like a personal moment at the front of the show.
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of jumped right
We
in.
dive right in. It's like, how's your heart today, Kevin?
Oh,
Is it
man.
okay?
It's there. It's beaten.
It's
a good day.
cruising. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear. It's I'm tired. I'm like really tired.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like push through. I got some Middlesworth barbecue chips here. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
So
we'll get through.
it's gonna be great. I was honestly really looking forward to David being here so he could host and I could kind of coast a little bit. And here we are. Now I'm doing it all. So
Well, you are the man, the myth, the legend, the leader and creator of A to B Media. I mean,
I appreciate it.
You're stud the whole way around, buddy.
Ooh, try to. I had to do too much decision making today. My brain is melted. But that's another conversation. So Chase Briscoe led basically the whole race.
Yeah, he absolutely controlled the whole race from start to go.
And apparently someone really smart picked him last week, which I just found out about. But that's another conversation.
Yeah. No need to rub it in. I think you won the regular season as well.
It feels that way. I'm off to my William Byron. I'm going to try to lock it up. With one, like when we get to Martinsville, I hope to have the pick championship already locked in, and that way when we're at Martinsville, you guys can pay for me to have a really nice dinner.
Very good.
I know we did not agree to terms, but these are the terms I'm making up right now. Yeah,
putting that over right there. That's pretty good.
I mean, I have a 2-win lead right now, and there's only 9 races left in the season. I'm saying y'all got to pick it up if you're gonna get some wins. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like right now we have just about as good a shot as SVG does as winning the championship.
Yeah, which is about 0. So yeah, nailed it. That's dead on. Yikes. So what would you have rated the Cup race on Sunday night?
Honestly, I liked that tires were brought into it, that you had to manage your tire wear. I'll give it probably solid 6.5.
6.5. I'll be honest, that was higher than I expected.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I'm giving the Cup Series a little more credit than it deserved, but the truck race I thought was on point and phenomenal racing.
It was, and I missed it. Like I had to kind of watch it in pieces, the truck race, and I still want to go back and watch the whole thing because I didn't really get quite to encapsulate it.
Yeah, no, I mean that was. I don't want to jump ahead, but that was one of the highlights of the entire weekend as far as racing goes. Watch that truck race.
Oh yeah, I think for Cup race, I'm going to give the track a 10 out of 10.
Nice,
and I'm going to give the car a 2 out of 10.
That sounds about right. So it averages out, what, about a 6?
I'm going to go 6. Yeah. I think I feel like you got to play the average, right? Like that's the only fair thing to do. I think for me, I'm just, it's the same story every week. Like we had that last 30 lap run of 3 cars that nobody can do anything. Mm-hmm. You know, there's just this bubble of dirty air and that everyone's stuck. And God bless Lee Diffie. Lee Diffie, whatever he gets paid, needs to get paid more. Because he was selling it on the broadcast, and he's like,
that he was.
Man, Jones is making a move. And it's like, Jones can't do anything. But man, he was trying to sell it. And props to him. I mean, the broadcast is doing a 10 out of 10 job. It's just, how do you sell a product of 3 cars that can't even do anything? Like,
it's true. Anytime they got close to each other, they got stalled out, and then it was back to defending.
Yeah.
Like, there was no slicing and dicing. There was no slide jobs like you see in dirt track. Like they just literally couldn't do anything around each other.
Oh my gosh. And even like drivers that we thought were dominant, because I thought the beginning of the race was better. And I've noticed this a couple times now with this race. I think the sunlight does better. And it was like once the sun went down, it just, to me, it kind of turned a little slot car-y.
Yeah, I think the track picked up maybe a little too much grip, and then they were just so planted that there was nothing more they could do. I agree with you. I do like the slip sliding in the daylight a little bit better.
I think so. Yeah, it seemed like there was a little more in the driver's hands, because there was a couple drivers that we kind of expected to see up front that just never were there. I mean, William Byron sucked. They were just off all weekend. Hendrick as a whole was off all weekend.
They were.
Like Hendrick,
I mean, that track is definitely a Kyle Larson wheelhouse.
It is, right?
And he just was never there. I mean, I'm not saying he did bad, but he was underwhelming. Let's put it that way.
I would agree. And I think like most of us had William Byron on our radar after, I mean, all of them. Like Byron's been really good there, and they sucked. Like they were just awful. And at first, I thought maybe it was just like the track position thing, because we've seen that before where drivers fall back. But he had multiple opportunities and still didn't do anything. So I think the 24 just sucked. Like I think that was their.
Yeah, I think the Hendrick car that was towards the front, the most consistently, surprisingly enough, was Chase Elliott. I mean, and even him, it was just because he was off sequence with the pit cycles.
Yeah, because I think he landed 19th, I think, or 20th, or 17th, or
somewhere right around the middle of the field. But he was the one that was at least at the front for stretches of time. Yeah,
I know Larson did well in the stages because I think he was top 10 in both stages. But then, just it was just weird. So it was hard. Like Hamlin, like it's like once he dropped back, gone.
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know. I don't like this car. That's not new information.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
not much
overdue.
we can do with it at this point. But I will say that tire wear and cutting down the grip it seems to be when these cars perform their best.
Yeah, no, and I think Sunday is going to be better than what we're going to see this coming Sunday. Mm-hmm. My expectation for Gateway is pretty low. Just putting that out there, but. So and really that was a lot of our points was talking about the racing product. Eric Jones had a quote that I thought was a little like frustrating. He was asked on pit road, "What else did you need to get to the lead?" And he said, "I needed to come out of pit road P1. We're all going the same speed."
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, that's not good. Like he might get in trouble for that comment, but I mean, he's not wrong.
No, I mean that comment perfectly summed up what the Cup race turned into.
Gosh,
and I'll admit. I 100% was pulling for Eric Jones and Legacy Motorsports. I wanted to see it for Richard Petty, the king, but just again the aero blocking, and it wasn't even blocking. It was just they couldn't
do anything.
Yeah, they couldn't get around each other.
Yeah. Ryan Blaney, officially the unluckiest driver in Darlington, South Carolina, Sunday night. I think.
Yeah, once again taken out through no fault of his own. I mean, he was paying attention to what was going on around him.
Right, and Austin just, I don't know if he was texting. Maybe he was checking on his PBR team. He might have been texting back the TV show. Could have been.
something.
Is trying to line up dinner for later and just blows into the back of him. And so it was really nice. It was like a team effort. Like Kyle Busch about spins, Blaney lets off the throttle to not wreck into the 8, right? And then Austin takes him out.
Just punts him.
Yeah. It was an RCR 1-2. Just, yeah.
I know it wasn't intentional what Austin Dillon did. I realize that. But the fact of the matter is he is a bona fide idiot, silver spoon kid behind the wheel. And, the kid just does not have the talent. I mean, it's time to make a change. Let's get somebody better up there because it's definitely not doing that 3 any help. It's disgracing the 3, honestly.
Oh, I agree. And it's just irritating. I mean, so Blaney's day was he got stuck on pit road behind the Carson Hocevar Christopher Bell thing, which was
dumb.
Hocevar's on the list too. Don't worry, we'll get there. And then after he lost all the spots on pit road because he had to wait for that accident to clear, that's when he got wrecked by RCR.
Yep.
And then he had worked his way. Drug the underside of the car off, so they had to come take a longer pit stop to try to fix the car because the whole undercarriage was jacked up.
I mean, the one thing we can say is Blaney did a good job saving that car so that it didn't get absolutely stuffed into the wall. I mean, that was pure driver control there. You can see the tires were locked up. He released the brake and drove out of it.
Do you remember the Jimmy Johnson spin during qualifying at Dover years ago when he somehow kept it off the inside wall? That was 100% the vibes I was getting Sunday night. Like, because I saw him going, and as first I saw him, like, well, it's done. And then it just wasn't. Yeah.
Barely scraped it.
Gosh, was
not even a love tap.
That was freaking amazing. So props to you, Ryan Blaney. That was beautiful. Loved every minute of it.
But screwed up his entire day.
Well, it did. And then what was frustrating is he had gone to the back again and then was working his way back up through the field. And he was back up to 11th, which was really impressive. I mean, he had really passed an insane amount of cars. And then the stupid, I forget what the last caution was. He had just pitted as part of the opening of the pit cycle and got caught. And then had to do the wave around, so he couldn't pit, and he had to start like dead last. And so it was weird because like he finished 18th, which if you just look at
from the back to the front at least twice.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
To have another thing just drop out from underneath him.
So frustrating. I mean, he easily had a top 5 car for sure. I don't know that he was going to win, but I think he was going to be top 5.
You know what? I think it's NASCAR colluding against the Fords and Penske specifically. NASCAR's already in one lawsuit. Let's add this one to the fire. NASCAR's monopolizing and colluding to make some teams lose and some teams win.
Bring it on, baby. We ain't afraid. So I mean, great job by the 12. My gosh, him and Hassler are just on it. I mean, if they could ever find the lucky horseshoe that is apparently up Logano's rectum. Right. If they could get like 5% of the luck that 22 car gets, my gosh, they'd have.
So you remember whenever Keselowski and Wolf were paired up? Mm-hmm. They were winning like gangbusters until whatever happened to them fell out. But that's the vibes I'm getting with Hassler and Blaney. Like they just seem to be on the same page, making good decisions, cleaning up after whatever unforeseen mishap he gets stuffed into.
No, I agree completely. And as a Blaney fan, like you can't overstate Hassler enough. Like he is the reason that team's successful. Like they have such a good combo right now of pit crew doing solid work now that we got rid of the dead weight and Hassler just nailing it on the boot. You got Fido up on the spotter stand killing it, and then Blaney's obviously a great driver. So it's a freaking dream team.
Well, and it's a nice change of pace because they haven't had that the last few years.
Right, like there was always something missing, and it feels like
the
they've got it all
there,
now.
But just the execution wasn't.
Right. So no, it's been awesome, and it was kind of cool. I was listening to the teardown, and they did like their playoff driver interview where they interview all 16 drivers. Mm-hmm. And Chase Elliott actually made a comment that he thought Blaney was the number 1 driver of the year. he said the results haven't always showed it. He said, but like that 12 car, we know the 12 car is going to be fast every single week, and like no one else has that track record. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is.
That was pretty neat. So, the next thing on the list, I mean, Carson Hocevar. It just.
I mean, this is every week with this kid. I get it. He's a young kid trying to make his name and everything like that, but just some of the bonehead decisions he's making. I get it. You're aggressive, and I like aggression in this sport. However, you're driving over your head, kid.
Oh, 100%. And I think you see the way Chase Elliott interacted with him, and this is the result of the last year and a half. If Hocevar has a good track record and respect in the garage, Chase doesn't try to push his way in there, and then kind of kick that whole mess off. But I'm telling you, none of the drivers respect him.
Well, and there were multiple points during that race that he was driving it in 3 wide, and the way Darlington is, you're lucky to get 2 wide. Like there was just no need for it. He was clearly just, I know I said it, driving over his head, but he had no consideration or concern for trying to race clean, trying to do it the right way, and he just, I don't know.
I mean, it's only going to work for so long. Like I
just don't think he has respect. How about that?
Oh, he doesn't at all. And the problem is, like we've talked about before, like if you're going to drive like a jerk, you have to get results, and he's not getting results. So you've got to start cleaning some stuff up. And I just don't see Spire putting up with it for a whole other year. Like I think he's got to get it under control in the next year, or he's gone. Or something, because it's just, I mean, he has a race-winning car fairly regularly. I mean, the 77's
they
fast.
Have the speed.
Yeah, and he just like does something stupid, and it's you kind of see the little meltdown, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it at all. Like I'm not a fan.
I agree with you. I don't like it either, but I'm surprised that you think that Spire would put the pressure on him that quickly. I think he's bringing more publicity to Spire than they've had, in ages. So I think they're eating it up, and they're going to push the envelope.
I mean, it's definitely possible. It'll be curious because the rumor is that Haley's out of the 7. So depending who they put in that car, I mean, that's another big culture shift. And it would be nice to see them get a veteran that could maybe get a hold of Carson at like these comp meetings and just be like, dude, stop it.
Yeah.
Freaking stop it. Like, dude, you have speed. Stop being dumb.
He's one that I would love to see Harvick get out on track with, because Harvick wouldn't put up with that nonsense.
No, exactly. And that's why Harvick has the respect he does, So yeah, it's wild. And I'm not a fan. I mean, that's not really a secret. I've been kind of I root when he wrecks. I root for him to wreck. So he did end up P9. I mean, again, he's got speed, but again, I mean, there's another opportunity where, Eric Jones kind of quietly snuck in there at the end of the race, and if Hocevar wasn't bouncing off the entire field,
he could have been right there in that mix.
100%. Exactly. And it's like, how many times can you throw these opportunities away? Like your car's not going to be fast every week forever.
We've seen it with drivers over the years. Like that aggression does tone down with age. They become these wily veterans, and they learn what's an appropriate risk and what isn't. So, you're not always going to have, this moxie going for you, kid. So it's better to learn to not tear up equipment, because that was one thing that's going to get you bounced from a ride, is if you're tearing stuff up too much and you're not producing.
Yeah. No, agree completely. Absolutely agree completely. Alex Bowman, just awful race. Awful race. Kind of felt bad for him. His pit crew, man.
Yeah, there was something majorly disconnected there.
Gosh, it's like they froze. Like they just stopped and they were like staring and looking around, and it's like you're a Hendrick Motorsports pit crew in the Cup Series. How do you do that? As
much as I hate to say it, I really feel like Bowman's car is probably the car that gets the least attention at the Hendricks garage.
You're probably not wrong.
He's probably getting maybe not the best equipment. He's probably getting, stuff that's been, run race or two before, and I feel like it maybe even shifted his pit crew, and moved some of the guys to the other more prominent teams. I don't know. It's just a thought.
I mean, there's something there. There's something there because it does feel like it's the 48 crew fairly regularly that is kind of fumbling. So, and I think he had potential on Sunday. I mean, he seemed to have decent speed. Once obviously there was a couple other scenarios, and he ended up getting involved in the one wreck. I forget which one, but it's just not.
Bowman's not your flashy guy, but he is sneaky consistent, and I don't understand why. I don't know. It almost feels like he's had an uphill battle since he got into that car.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a shame. It kicked off pretty exciting. Josh Berry, unfortunately,
I know. I feel for the kid. I do.
And we were saying a lot of nice things about him last week. So, that was a rough combo.
So there's no doubt about it. His car bottomed out. And when a car bottoms out like that, it can unload the suspension.
Especially in this car, because all your downforce is made from the underguts.
Exactly. But, man, talk about stepping on your ding-ding. Lap 2.
Lap 1. Turn 2, lap 1. It was bad. I know.
Again, I feel like they were the ones that overperformed this season, and then to step in it like that was pretty bad.
He has a good opportunity in the next 2 weeks that I think he's going to have speed, but it's going to be tough. I think. I mean, we talked about the elimination. I will say for sure, I think after Bristol, a Hendrick car is gone. For sure. They did not show up at Darlington. They were rough. They're not good at Gateway. Hendrick track record at Gateway is not good. And then Bristol, you're kind of hit and miss. I think that's going to be a Kyle Larson race for sure. But, I think Bowman's probably in trouble. I think Bowman's big time in trouble. And,
I would tend to agree with you there.
Especially with how little points he rolled into this with. So I hate to see it. I don't know. SVG had a garbage race, which I can't say I'm surprised. It's just.
It's not surprising.
That he as a driver and them as a team, they're just not there yet. And it's not an insult, but they're not there yet.
Yeah,
I just don't think
a lot
so.
of these tracks, this is only, maybe his second time seeing?
Yeah.
So he's still very much in a learning curve and trying to figure out what is comfortable for him and where the limits are with this chassis.
Right.
I mean, this chassis is set up like an IMSA car, so of course it feels comfortable to him on road courses. But doing the stock car oval deal, he just hasn't quite figured it out. He's going to, but he hasn't figured it out yet.
No, I agree. I really didn't have any other notes for Cup. I do love Darlington. I love that track. I love the sun setting off of turn 4 as the race goes on. I think that's really fun. I wish we could get this car figured out, man. It's just, I fear we are going to murder some really good tracks with this car. And that's my biggest fear when I look over and over again at some of the things that disappoint. And I'm just worried that there's really good, there is talks of Bristol going back to 1 date, and it's just because they're not good races, but it's not the track. And it's just, man, and there's rumor again of Darlington going back to 1 date. So it's just frustrating. And I really like this track. We've seen this track produce over and over and over and over again throughout the years. So it's not a track thing. Well, and it's just a car.
You can't get rid of all of these hallmark tracks for the series because that's what's going to drive you further away from the blue collar fans.
Yeah.
They grew up watching these tracks with their daddies and granddaddies and pappies and everything else. They want to still watch these tracks, but you got to put on a good product too.
Yeah. And that's just where we're at. And we'll touch on the charter mess a little bit. There was some new developments, of course, this past week. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's It almost feels like there's intentional incompetence at the leadership level, which is just odd. I just don't get it.
This next gen car, it reminds me so much of the car of tomorrow and how big they pushed the car of tomorrow and how terrible that car was.
I think the COT was better though.
Think?
Man,
I don't know. I think it was pretty bad.
I need to watch some races and formulate this opinion, but I think the COT might have been better. I think the COT was better at more tracks, I will say.
Okay. I'll concede that.
Let me reword that. I think that's the argument I'm going with. I'll let you know for sure when I rewatch some races.
But I remember how bad that track or how bad that car was, or that generation of car, and how long it took them to fix that until we got back to a better product of racing. Right. And I feel like we're going through that again. Rinse and repeat.
I just want to see them do something. We haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing the same tire to Gateway that we ran at Iowa. And you saw how well it worked at Iowa.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean,
track position race, baby.
It's a race of mistakes. Basically, you're locked into your position unless you foul up.
Yep. In other news, we're going to keep moving along.
Yeah.
The Supreme Stock Car Racing Series, the Xfinity Series, was not in Darlington. Insert sad face emoji here, because that series
would have been a great race. That would have been amazing.
That series on that track is freaking gold. Anytime they're not there, I feel like I'm sad inside.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
And the trucks did great. I mean, the trucks did do really well.
Amazing.
But man, to have trucks and Xfinity on Saturday, would have been chef's kiss. But they were at Portland. Zilish wins.
Should we be surprised?
No. I think the answer is just a solid no. Yeah.
This is to be expected.
And I don't know that he really had a competitor. I mean, the 7 and the 21 were pretty consistently there. That's about it. I think the battle was for P2.
Pretty much.
Like Zilish,
I agree with you.
Zilish, from what I saw, Zilish had him covered. So good for him, I guess. And I will say his post-race burnout, he gets out of the car and he intentionally goes over and flips the window net inside the car and then fist bumps. And I thought that was funny. I enjoy that. I'm glad he's having fun with that.
That's good.
Yeah, he's really good. Our favorite driver in the number 18 JGR car.
Yeah, I don't know how he pulled that one off.
Oh, he didn't. He took out 6 cars.
Well,
he's just
but
moron.
usually takes himself out at the same time he takes everyone else out.
Good point. I can't stand that guy.
He's another one like Carson Hocevar.
He is.
He just drives over his head. He's in the best equipment and arguably still can't control it.
Right? And he was not even close. He overdrove turn 1 by 200 yards. Because everyone else is on the brakes and I'm watching the 18 fly up on the right-hand side. It wasn't I overcooked it. It's no, I ran the corner wide open.
Yeah. I mean, again, every week it's something with this kid. He's just no respect, no regard for the other racers out there. No regard for his craft. Again, he is in a team that has unlimited money. He has the best equipment out there.
Yeah.
And yet he's only averaging maybe 15 to 20.
Not even that. I think he's still 25th in points or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Bad.
There's no reason for it.
Yeah. It's awful. And it was just so frustrating to watch. And then it basically, his moves started the secondary wreck.
Yeah,
because
the chain reaction.
Yeah. Because he got into the 88, but then he pushed that whole set of cars off to the left. And then they all had to re-enter. And when they re-entered, someone re-entered further than others. And this guy thought they were going to give them more room. And gosh, it was just such a mess. And it was super frustrating.
Although, not to go backwards, but also, sorry, I'm having a moment.
Connor Zilish.
Yeah, I was about to say Sawalich, and I was like, no, that's not Zilish. How about props to him again for the heads up move for going through the chicane to make sure he didn't get penalized.
That was funny. So that last restart, there has to be a new rule if we go back to that track
on 2 different restarts.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was so fast at it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there was basically no penalty there, and it got him away from everybody else that was pinballing off each other.
There is a sizable advantage to not taking the turn.
Yeah.
Like, so what was wild, somebody posted a stat, the 70 car, which I believe Honeyman's still driving it. Normally he's our last caution of the day, but he's had a good couple races here. That he missed the corner every single lap. He did not go through turn 1, or I guess it'd be turn 2 technically. He did not go through turn 2 once the whole race.
No kidding.
He just intentionally would pick the left side and blow the corner and then do the chicane, and he gained 28 spots on restarts throughout the race.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And like we saw Zilish on the last restart, like he didn't even try.
Oh no,
he just went like, oh no, there's cars. Okay,
yeah, pretty much. And he did get a sizable lead then too.
Oh yeah, gone, freaking out of there. And like, good for him because it's NASCAR's job to set the rules correctly. And if they're gonna leave you,
the rules, yeah.
If you're gonna leave that massive gray area, like freaking own it, you know. Now, someone brought up a really, really good point. That last restart, so Connor cuts a left and goes through the chicane, but then there was like 6 cars that just totally cut the corner. And they didn't do the chicane, they just like cut the V.
And then just blended, yeah.
Yeah, and there was no penalty. And I'm assuming it's just, they'll say, oh, sorry, we didn't see it.
For next year, 100%.
Yeah, it has to be. And I know Portland's not on the schedule next year, which whoop-de-doo. But assuming they go back there in 2027, you have to address turn 1.
Yeah.
Like,
or you got to make the chicane tighter.
Hey, you know what changes the conversation? Tire barriers on the outside of turn 1.
Huh, imagine that.
It would work. Now, it would be a wreck fest because you've got your Williams Sawalishes that just don't know which one the brake pedal is.
Yeah, they'll just drive through everybody.
But I mean, that's one way to do track limits. I like it. I think you have to make track limits a negative impact.
Well, wasn't this a discussion after the Mexico trip also?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, definable limits to the track make a huge difference rather than interpreted boundaries.
Yeah. Oh,
although the turtles at the Roval did make things interesting because they were pretty much self-limiting. Yeah.
Yeah. Or remember Indy when we had the Mario Kart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Over that chicane, they were just...
Dude, that was wild. That was freaking wild. That whole weekend was insane. Because the Xfinity race was a poop show, and then they changed nothing, and then when it happened in the Cup Series, they're like shocked, and I'm like, well, dude, you didn't change anything. Like,
exactly.
It's a flawed track design. It's going to carry over.
Yep. No doubt about it.
So Corey Haim won the truck race.
Time.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait for him to not win the championship. Like,
that would be good.
You just know, like, it's setting up too perfectly. Like, you just know something stupid's going to happen at Phoenix. Like Carson Hocevar running a one-off and wrecking him or something, you know?
So I'm not rooting against the kid. He's clearly talented in the truck series. That would be the way the story goes, wouldn't it?
It would. And, like, you're just waiting for the NASCAR media glazers, as I like to call them, that will defend the format after it, you know, because obviously Logano's taken a lot of heat in the last year, as he should. Mm-hmm. He finished 17th in points and won the championship. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for Corey Haim to lose the championship after basically being the only winning truck all season.
The entire dominating season.
And then, like, someone to defend it and be like, well, Haim just didn't perform when it mattered, you know, and have it be like him getting wrecked by a lap car or something stupid. Like, I'm just waiting for it. Like, the setup for the story is so
there.
good.
It's
and
there.
You're just, so, and Lane Riggs, the shame is Lane Riggs had a winning truck, running P1.
Just cooked the tires.
Gosh, got in the wall, cut the tires, had to pit, sucked. And so disappointed because and
he really was the only one that had anything for Haim.
Yeah, and well, he was pulling away from Haim, I believe, when he hit, but it's heartbreaking. I feel like we're all kind of, we all have the same shirt.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so we're all Lane Riggs fans. So, you know, that was kind of a shame, but it's a good race. I unfortunately was watching it I was watching it in and out while we were on kind of an outing. So I wasn't able to actually sit and focus, and I also wasn't able to write notes down. So I don't have like a real great whatever for the truck race, but all I know is what I saw was really good. Yeah.
No, I mean, it was a solid race the whole way around. Tires were definitely an issue, and those trucks were running the ragged edge off of them. I mean, it was great racing the whole way around. I wish NASCAR would put on that kind of show every week.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Honestly, like I said, if I get like an office day coming up, which I'm supposed to have one here soon, I'm gonna have to pull up the old YouTubes and watch the truck race while I'm working in here, because I definitely want to see it. So, in the news rumors, there was a lot of stuff with the charter that went down this week, and I don't know how closely all of our followers, fans, friends, whatever you guys call yourself, the fellow addicts, have been watching, and I'll try to just skim over the top. But what I will say, anybody that wants to learn more, Jeff Gluck, after the hearing on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the hearing was this week, Jeff Gluck did kind of a 28-minute video on social media of just essentially him reading his notes and kind of explaining everything that came up. And it's really, really good, because I am not a legal system-y kind of guy. So I don't always understand like what they're going after. And Gluck did a phenomenal job of explaining it. So if anyone hasn't seen it, hasn't listened to it, and wants to learn, I just recommend you go there. But it was a very interesting set of notes, and I feel a little more confident in the case that 2311 and FRM are showing.
Okay.
Now that, so the big thing with this case was there's so many things that have been redacted the entire way through the kind of the proceedings. And this was really the first one where a lot of the redacted stuff started to be made public because the judge required it. He's like, we're done with this. And there was some things brought to light that were very interesting, and just very intentionally targeted comments. The biggest thing that I took issue with, and I don't even know if you and I have talked about this, so this will be an authentic conversation because I'm pretty sure it's the first time we talked about it. They developed what they called the gold rule, or the gold something. And essentially their thing was designing a NASCAR where race teams don't exist, where NASCAR is the race team and then the NASCAR hires drivers. Okay. So there is no race teams.
I mean, there are other series that operate in that much that fashion. But
I mean, you're talking lighting up a nuclear bomb in the sport. I just, the fact that is even a thing, it explains a lot. It really does. Like it really, to me, it clears up a lot of the confusion in the way they've handled things, where I'm like, what are they thinking? And I think they legitimately think that's the best path for them moving forward. And I know they did not want this coming out, because this was part of the details that they really struggled, or they really fought to keep behind closed doors. And I'm assuming part of this is what Denny Hamlin was originally talking about when he said, don't worry when the truth comes out. It's just, man, it's bad. It's really, really, really bad. And now it makes you kind of support 2311, I feel like, a whole lot more.
Yeah, I mean, the controlling body of the sport having, basically control of everything is not going to be a good thing. It's going to lead to a very watered down product and less diversity in the racing community, which is never a good look. I've said it before, even down to the local dirt track level, that once a track goes away, very rarely do you see it make a comeback. So that's just a very worrisome thing to come out.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. And it to me, it reminds me of like a go-kart track.
Kind of.
And it's like we're dumbing down the number one stock car racing series in the world to basically a go-kart track. And that it's like, how can you be this dumb to think this is smart? I just don't, I don't
It's
get
all
it.
driven by greed. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, 100%. And what was wild, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to dwell on this too long, because if people care, I want them to just go watch Gluck's video. It's better anyway. But their counter arguments, the counter arguments from NASCAR, I thought did more to benefit 2311 and FRM. Like their counter arguments were so bad, and it just kind of amplified to me the level of incompetence at NASCAR right now, because it was wild, the statements they're making. Like, we're just fans on the outside, and we know that it's garbage.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, I don't know if there's just this gaslighting thing like the Mamba Smith, where we're just going to keep saying how amazing everything is until everyone believes it, or what, but it's just rough. It's really, really bad. But the point of proving the monopoly, I think, has some legs. I don't know what the result's going to be. But I think at the very least, it may force a break of the relationship between NASCAR and SMI, because right now SMI is not allowed to have another stock car series on their tracks because they had to sign a contract with NASCAR. That's an issue that I could see getting broken. And then the other thing I could also see coming broken is NASCAR being forced to sell ARCA, because ARCA is your only competitor, because it's the only series that was designed outside of the NASCAR bubble. Mm-hmm. Is it a competitor? Not at all. But theoretically, you could do like a High Limit Racing World of Outlaw thing where you buy an old crappy series and fix it up and run it at SMI tracks. Mm-hmm. So there's at least an argument to be made there. So I don't know. It's just wild. So I kind of wanted to hit it just a little bit.
So I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm not nearly on the intel with all the information like you are and stuff like that. Although I did find a couple interesting videos over the last couple days that were talking about an aluminum foil type theory, that this would be NASCAR's way of allowing another team to come into the Cup Series. That's supposedly been rumored as to wanting charters in the past, but there were none available. Yep. This is NASCAR's way of making it available for this new potential Cup team.
Oh, 100%. And I don't even know that it's a tinfoil thing, because NASCAR owns 4 charters already that, quote, we're saving for a new manufacturer. But we've also seen where Jim France tried to push through one of his IMSA drivers this year. So it's not I think it's a great theory, and I think there's probably more fact there than anything. So,
well, I mean, I don't think it's shocking that we're JRM fans, but the aluminum foil conspiracy theorist videos that I was stumbling across was paving the way for JRM to have a Cup team, actually 2 Cup teams.
And I don't know that I'm in line with that theory. They're so big on another manufacturer. I think the only way it happens is another manufacturer.
You mean like if Dodge comes back to the Cup Series?
And I feel like that's the only way you're going to see it. And I don't see Dale Earnhardt Jr. leaving Chevrolet.
Oh, I don't see him leaving Chevy either. But you could still have 2 charters go to whatever that new manufacturer would be.
Now, NASCAR is pushing the fact, well, they were, and then they dropped it, that they had interest and a potential buyer for one of 2311 charters. And that, I did hear the rumor that was Dale Jr.
Okay. Yeah, the rumors that I heard, it was 2 teams for Junior going to the Cup Series.
It's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot of weird. It
is.
If it goes to trial, because obviously you could still have out of court settlement. Like, that's an option right up to the time. If it goes to trial, it's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, it's going to be ugly for all parties.
It really is, because 2311 is using language like, if they go to trial and lose, they're going out of business.
Well, and we've said it before, Michael Jordan does not like losing ventures.
No. And I could totally see MJ walking if it goes south. He's been very vocal already, which I kind of appreciate. I think it puts a lot of ears to it and eyes.
Well, yeah, it shines a light on what NASCAR has been doing for a lot of years. So.
I agree. And there's now Jenna Fryer tweeted this last week and then deleted it, but the gods of Twitter grabbed screenshots before she deleted it, that apparently in Tyler Reddick's contract, he has to be guaranteed a chartered car.
Okay.
Right now, he's not driving a chartered car. As we know, the 45 is an open car, the 23 is an open car, the 35 is an open car. So technically, they're in breach of contract, but I think there's always been this assumption that like he's just cool with it and riding it out. Well, apparently last week, Tyler Reddick's management, whatever, filed for breach of contract with 2311.
Oh, so, no kidding.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's just they felt they needed to file to
protect
their asset.
Yeah.
In case it goes south, or if there's legitimately offers on the table that they're potentially bouncing. I mean, Tyler Reddick as a driver is locked into the playoffs right now. If another team picks him up, they become locked into the playoffs.
So it kind of like how Honeycutt did.
Yep. So you're talking about for a team right now to acquire Tyler Reddick
They would instantly get a playoff berth.
And at least $2-3 million increase in payout. So it's interesting. And obviously you'd like to think that Tyler sees what's going on and he's loyal and sticks with 2311. And I think for the most part, I think he's there.
The only way I see that being possible would be Legacy Motorsports because they do have a third car that they don't actively run.
Man, that would be super interesting. It would be bad.
I mean,
it would be bad. I mean, unfortunately, he's got zero chance if he hops in a Legacy car.
Not arguing that.
No, like his best chance to win a championship is right where he is.
Yes.
But the conversation's interesting, and I don't know. Obviously, I have not heard anything about this outside of Jenna Fryer's tweet, so I don't know how legit it is. But I would say the fact that she tweeted it and deleted it right away.
There must be some truth to it.
There is some truth to it for sure, because that confirms that somebody reached out when they saw her tweet. So, I saw some other murmurings about his contract status. So
it'll be interesting if nothing else, just like the whole rest of the lawsuit, honestly.
Hey, the drama off the track is more entertaining than half the racing on the track lately.
Right.
So freaking NASCAR is turning into a soap opera series, it sounds like.
Oh, they're taking a page out of like the WWE's book.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Worth mentioning, we don't talk about IndyCar much, but Will Power is leaving Team Penske.
Yeah,
after 12 years there.
I heard that over the weekend. That hurts a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to see him finish up there.
I did too. There was a piece of me expecting him to announce a retirement, but I don't think he's done. And
no, I mean, nothing official. And then, Penske's IMSA car, they let go of Elio Castroneves, and then he goes out and wins the Indy 500 the very next year with his new team. It's like, wow, talk about Penske fumble in the bag.
Yeah. I hope they don't let Scotty Mack go. Scotty Mack's a great driver. I want to see him stay there
He's a good veteran driver, makes good decisions.
Oh, for sure. Tony Stewart locked up the NHRA Top Fuel regular season championship. Is there anything the guy has not won in sports at this point, or in motorsports? Yeah.
Anything this guy touches turns to gold while he's interested.
It's wild.
Now, isn't he losing that ride at the end of the season? Isn't Leah getting back in the car?
I would imagine. I don't know if there's anything official. Now, granted, I don't follow NHRA, but I think it's just assumed, right?
Yeah, I thought I saw that at the end of the season he was losing that ride and Leah was getting back in the car. I could be wrong. I don't know this officially, but I thought I heard something about that.
You got to wonder what the future is for him, because he still owns a sprint car team. He obviously owns a drag team.
Well, and he just fired a sprint car driver.
Yeah. And he still owns Eldora. And he's been very vocal about the fact that he is not selling Eldora. So I wonder, I don't know. I'm kind of curious if there's a future, like after this drag racing thing, if he goes back to running wing sprint cars.
Maybe. I mean, look at Kenny Schrader and Kenny Wallace. I mean, they still jump in dirt cars.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
They're a lot older than he is.
True.
I mean, and I love those guys. Do you listen to them? They're so on point with their comments.
Every now and then. I feel like there's so much podcast on my phone right now. I struggle to keep up with everyone.
That's fair. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're grumpy old men at this point, but I love listening to them. I really do.
They're fun. I mean, we've gotten to meet them now a couple times too, which is fun. So, they're really good guys. And speaking of grumpy old guys, and this, Kevin, I feel like you willed this into existence.
Oh, I hope it's true. I'm so hyped.
So SRX Racing might be coming back? Question mark.
Dude, I am so high. I loved the SRX series. They just need to not let it wing nuts like Tracy behind the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like you can't bring him back.
No.
Yeah.
He was a detriment to it and made this everything cost so much more. Had he not been tearing up equipment like he was, I bet that series would have lasted longer.
Well, I think so. Like I remember when they did the big race at Sharon, and the big advertising point of the race was it's the Blaney head-to-head because Ryan and Dave were both in a car. And on lap 2, Paul Tracy took both of them out of the race.
Yep.
And it's like all your storylines that you spend all this time building up
went to nothing.
Yeah, by some moron who
should have never been behind the wheel after season 1.
Yeah. So I know originally they wanted him there for the entertainment value, but man, he ran. I thought he killed it because all your storylines were killed because it was like, oh, well, somebody was doing something, and then Paul Tracy wrecked him.
Yeah. Well, and Paul Tracy got pissed off at literally everybody else on the track with him. Buddy, after a certain point, you got to figure what the common denominator is, and it's you. You were just a menace on the track, and not in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, he makes Carson Hocevar look pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
Makes Carson Hocevar look clean. But no, dude, I really hope the SRX series is coming back because I loved how they did paved tracks, they did concrete, they did asphalt, they did dirt. They did it all. And it was such a good racing product. And I liked the I don't know if you want to call it a gimmick, the premise, whatever, but I liked that they did have championship quality drivers in different series. Mm-hmm. So, you saw some interesting things happening, especially when drivers were in an element that they weren't used to, but you saw who the true drivers were in that series, especially because as much as I hate to admit this, that spec car worked and it was good.
Yeah. So NASCAR, just hire Ray Evernham. He knows what he's doing, apparently.
Right? Who would have thought that?
What an idea. I mean, I'm all for it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good model. I really thought it was doing well. Like when it shut down, I was legitimately surprised.
Yeah, wasn't it issues getting parts from manufacturers?
I think there was multiple issues. I mean, I didn't hear a lot of rumors, but I think there was a lot of issues. And unfortunately, I think Tony might have been part of the issue.
Oh, that may have been. I mean, that was right whenever he was dumping
everything. Yeah. So, but I hope it comes back. I think it's cool. I think it's a great premise. It's like iRock 2.0 because it's the idea, but better racing.
Yes, I agree. And I still think they need to go back to running not only pavement tracks, but also dirt tracks because I thought that was so good. 1 week they were on dirt, 1 week they were on pavement, and it really kept things even amongst the competitors and their different elements.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a huge win. We're going to go to our chilling on a dirt road segment, and I think our hearts are still broken.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still sad about it. I'm salty, sad, just damn it.
I have the same thing. Would you like to share? I'm going to let you share details on it because I feel like I've been talking a lot. So I need somebody. I need a voice other than my own.
I understand. So this past weekend was, I believe, the 51st running of the Gary Wolford Memorial 100 Lapper, referred to more commonly as just the 100 Lapper. It is the Daytona 500 of the Super Sportsman series, and Kenny Edkin, the number 75, our favorite driver. This is really turned into a thing. I mean, he's been close so many times, and just stupid things happen to take him out. This past weekend, started on the front row, led the entire first half and was driving away from the field and seemingly had it in hand. And then, through no fault of his own, had electrical issues with the car. We are thinking it was a battery issue, but just ended up costing the race. And it's not something you can predict. It's just something stupid that happens.
So I am curious. I know Kenny listens, so I'm curious to see what he texts us. Would it suck more just being bad but finishing the race or having a dominant car? Because I can see both sides of it. Because, like, say he just sucked. I could see the letdown of, like, man, we didn't show up. We didn't execute. But, like, I can also see it being way worse where he had half a track lead.
Yeah.
Like, when one of his failures happened, he had half a track lead. And you just think, man, I feel like that might hurt worse. Like, I kept going back and forth on, like, what would have been a worse scenario.
Mean, it's crapshoot either way. Just, it sucks. And I mean, there were 2 cars out of our garage or stable or, the Edkin team facilities, the race shop, that missed making the show. And both of those drivers were pretty let down throughout the rest of the night. I mean,
I was wondering.
It was nice having the extra sets of hands, but I know how hard it was for them. They were just beat up and upset. I mean, they only missed it by a spot or 2, and it just, I know those guys were feeling it the entire night. But
yeah. Hey, the one good part, Johnny Rocket, special Edkin podium.
Yeah, drove back up to 3rd. I mean, there were a couple cars that fell out in front of him, but he also had to drive back around Russ Mitten on the last lap,
which is his best friend.
Right?
His BFF.
Oh, they love each other. They love each other.
We were rooting so hard for Johnny because obviously, like, at that point, like, you're kind of heartbroken because we legit thought Kenny was going to win it. Like, he looked so good. The way he managed lap traffic, everything just looked great. And you're like, oh man, this is the year. This is the year. So after he blew up or battery died, we're just trying to find something like, crap, what do we do? Like, it's just depressing now.
And by that point, I think Johnny was back in like
5th or 6th. Like, he had fallen a little bit.
He was back. Yeah. Right around 6th place somewhere. And then
one at a time, man, pick him off one at a time.
Drove back up through, which was good. It was great seeing him pass Mitten on the last lap.
Oh, warmed my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Warmed my heart. We were cheering. It was funny because, I mean, Dellinger won. Dellinger's a great guy. Like, I don't wish anything against him. But we were not cheering for him on the last lap because we were watching the 35 put the slider on Mitten.
And you would think that was for the win with how excited our entire section got.
Yeah, so anyone that doesn't know, like, all of the Edkin teams, friends, fans, whatever, basically all sit in, like, a 5-row section right next to the Tony Jackson fan club.
Yeah.
And which is very funny when they're racing each other because it's like, yay, 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 yay.
Pretty much.
Which didn't happen this year because Jackson went out on like lap 4. So, but yeah, there was a section cheering when Johnny passed Mitten for P3.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Great seeing everybody come alive. No, it was a good run for Johnny. It was great the way it worked out. Just, man, I wish that battery issue wouldn't have happened.
To me, I feel like the closest comparison is like the Dale Earnhardt Daytona thing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I've made that comparison many times.
Because it's one thing if you don't win a race and you suck, but it's so much worse when like year after freaking year,
you have a dominant car, you're at the front, and then something stupid happens.
Something stupid,
just like the seagull across Earnhardt's windshield.
100%, and that's where it's like that's the only comparison I could make, and so.
I mean, Kenny's had lap down cars take him out. He's had part failures. It's just always something with this race. It's something stupid that happens. As much as I hate to say it, this happened 2 or 3 years ago that the battery died and crapped out.
Really?
And he was dominant that race too. I just hope that when it happens, like, I hope the other teams congratulate him.
I think so. And even I thought Dillinger's victory lane interview was very nice because obviously he was excited for himself.
But he gave props to Kenny and said that he didn't really have anything for Kenny with how fast he was.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And that's why I've always liked Dellinger. Like he just seems like a good
and he's
dude.
not a dirty driver either.
No, not at all.
Dellinger is probably one of the cleanest drivers out there.
Can't say the same for some of the other drivers on the track.
Right.
Based on what I saw. Big heartbreak. And speaking of dirty drivers, the Lincoln race that was the same night, or was it the same? No, it was Sunday night. Macri gets taken out late by Torgerson. Torgerson took over for Jake Allen in the 1A and has pretty much sucked, honestly. Like, he's been kind of trash. And he was racing late for the win with Macri and just like totally wiped him out. Like, you're like, come on, dude. You can't can't be driving like this.
No, not with 900 horsepower.
Yeah.
Less than 2,000-pound vehicle. I mean that's insanity.
No.
That's again unnecessarily risky behavior.
Oh, 100%. Thankfully, the racing gods were on everyone else's side, and he failed post-race weight and got DQ'd and then handed the win to Bollinger. So props to the guy that was running third, ended up winning the feature that night.
The whole thing, yeah.
But no, it was pretty good. Hodenshield, I never say his name right. Hodenshield has been placed on probation by the World of Outlaws till the rest of the season and fined $500 for conduct against an official, which I wish there was a video clip because I would love to see it.
I would love to have seen it also.
Man, it just sounds good. And then we had a bunch of other racing, and I apologize. I built these notes kind of quick. Have I mentioned I'm tired tonight? I think
only once or twice.
Yeah. So there was a lot of other good racing. Lincoln was not super great on Monday. Sunday. It was not super great. And then I thought Port was kind of mid yesterday too, especially, Port, I feel like normally offers more.
The Tusky 50.
Yeah, they had their Labor Day Classic, and it just, I don't know, it was okay. Like, it wasn't great. But Zierfoss won that, which is cool. I haven't seen Zierfoss win in like an eternity.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So good for him. Ironically enough, the place that I buy my trailers from in Enola, Russ's Trailers, I shouldn't say their name. They're not paying to advertise. But they are actually really good friends with Zierfoss.
Oh, no kidding.
So congratulations to them. They're probably celebrating because we launched a conversation because when I went in to pick up my trailer, I had my Dietrich hat on. And it sparked, but they like Dietrich too, so that was good.
Okay.
So yeah, it made it. It was like, oh shoot, they're gonna go like snap or cut my axle or something like that.
What you thought was $200-$300 repair bill is now going to be a couple thousand.
Yeah, because you got that 48. No, but so I thought about that. I was like, shoot, I should like stop by and just tell them congrats. But yeah, and we do have the Tusky 50 coming up this weekend. Very excited for.
Yeah, Juniata Fair all this week.
Oh, it's going to be good. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going up because I think we're all busy, which is ridiculous because it's 20 minutes from here.
Yeah,
it's just
it
life.
Feels like a missed opportunity.
It is. And last year kind of sucked. Port Royal just jacked the track prep 100% last year, and I don't know, maybe that put a bad taste in my mouth. So we'll let it be a really good event and then go back.
Good food.
Oh, it is. And the food is fantastic every year.
Oh, heck yeah. Especially that pretzel stand.
Oh.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Man. What am I doing Saturday? Maybe I need to carve out time. We'll go buy tickets. The nice thing there, so we went last year and we were like second row, I think. So we were very low in the grandstands. Mm-hmm. And you could still see the entire track.
Nice.
It's not like Williams Grove where you have to be in the top two rows to see anything. Mm-hmm. So we could get late tickets and still enjoy it.
I mean,
the options on the table.
It is a possibility. It's a possibility.
And it is 20 minutes from my house.
Right?
From this studio, from this microphone, it is 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's even closer for me.
It is. Oh, that is because you're already 10 minutes up the way.
A little further than that, but yeah.
You're really close.
It's probably 15 minutes for me.
Gosh.
Anyway,
let's talk.
Yeah.
Race of the weekend. I think I'm going to go Trucks. I think Trucks had the race of the weekend this weekend.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the 100 lapper, but since my driver didn't win, I'm going with the Trucks.
Hey, home of the bias, baby. We're owning it.
That's right.
If Kenny would have won, that would have been the race of the weekend.
100%.
Yeah.
Hell, that would have been the race of the week for the rest of the season.
We'd be owning that bias forever. But yeah, I didn't think Cup was great. I thought Xfinity, it was just know. So yeah, I think Trucks are a pretty easy win for this weekend.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
All right. We got to stop agreeing on this.
Sorry.
Yeah. But like every week, I feel like we all collectively agree on a race of the weekend, which is kind of funny. So I thought there would be more dialogue behind this topic idea, but
home of the bias.
Home of the bias. Review pick standings, which I did not open yet.
This guy.
Unfortunately, and I'm really sorry. I promise I'm not rigging it. And I honestly forgot that I picked him until we were reviewing right before we were recording.
I knew it as soon as the got close to the end of the race. I was like, oh crap! Now I got to listen to Alex win again.
Chase Briscoe won, and that's who I picked. David picked Chris Buescher. Mitch picked Brad Keselowski, and Kevin picked Christopher Bell.
Which that was over by the time the first stage happened.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much an alignment there. So I don't know who gets to go first, but Mitch texted me his pick, so I'm just going to let Mitch go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wait, you for sure got last. I'm sorry. Yeah, you for sure got last.
Thanks for not rubbing it in there, Alex.
Well, Mitch only sent me one pick, so I'm still going to take his pick first.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to make you feel a little better and let you pick second and make you get a better week. So, but Mitch is going with Chris Buescher this week.
Okay.
So I like the Ford pick.
Is as much or as bad as this is to say, I'm going to go with BK. I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski.
Man, we're rolling with the RFK, sticking with the Fords. Should we pick for David?
Sure. I'll let you do it this time. I think I did the last couple.
Man, who does David want to pick? You know what? I might be nice.
You're thinking about giving him Reddick, aren't you?
That's what I'm thinking. No,
Was it actually?
think no. Sorry, I do think it's a flat track. I feel like you've got to have Ford on your radar. Potentially Toyota. That's why I almost entertained the Reddick thing. I think you guys are doing the RFK Homer thing, and David's an RFK guy. I feel like I got to stick with Priest.
Okay, I don't think that's a bad pick.
I don't think so. And honestly,
again, he's also one that's overproducing this season.
He is. So I think we're being pretty nice with these picks. Honestly, I think we're doing all right.
Well, I mean, Brad Keselowski finished in third last year. Now, granted, it was after Ryan Blaney ran out of fuel, but I do seem to remember this being a kind of ace up his sleeve for always performing pretty well.
Freaking heartbroken over that. Oh, man, I want to go bias so bad because I think the 12 finished second here, and he should have won last year. So the 12 is going to be quick. Team's got a lot of momentum, so I kind of want to go with him.
He finished fifth here last year.
Who? I think that's an illegitimate champion. Sorry, I don't recognize his name. Kevin, it's an odd numbered year. So
that's fair.
It's not a Joey year. I feel like I have to save Blaney. I can't burn that pick yet.
I wouldn't, but that's just me.
So you know what? I'll go with another guy that is pretty good at flat tracks, and Christopher Bell, number 20 car.
Okay.
I think there's some potential there. I don't think you're going to see much out of Chevy this weekend.
I thought you were going to say Dennis Hamlin.
Honestly, he was right on the tip of my tongue. But I think Bell's honestly better at this point at the flat tracks. So as long as they show up to execute, which we never quite know.
Get taken out by somebody else's nonsense.
Well, there is that. Yeah, thanks Carson Hocevar last week. I feel good with that pick. I like Bell.
Nice.
So
very good.
I'm sorry for being the one lone non-Ford. I'm
disappointed in you.
There's one race in particular. Well, there's two races in particular yet on the schedule where I can't burn the 12 yet.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And they're both pretty far down the list. But I expect the 12 to perform in both of them. So anyway, I like it. I think picks this week are going to be good. Feels like one of our best round of picks.
I hope that it ends up being like a nail biter right to the end.
I think it might. I may have the worst pick.
You think?
Do you know what really sucks?
What's that?
David might win this week. We may have been too nice because Ryan Preece might pull this off.
He might be shot out of the cannon this week.
I kind of want to redo these picks now. No, I'm just kidding.
Too late. Yeah.
No, congrats. David deserves it because we gave him some garbage picks for a couple weeks, so he deserved to have a good one.
We did.
And hopefully he's alive. I haven't heard from him yet, but
I'm also a little concerned about that kid.
I'm also apparently not receiving text messages, so I got 35 texts.
Have you turned it off and turned it back on?
I did, and that's what we fixed it yesterday, so I may need to do it again. So David may have texted me for all we know, and I just didn't see it. So, side note, your boy needs a new phone. My 6-year-old iPhone 11 is reaching the end, so that is on the radar. If anybody really want, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not taking donations for a phone. I could buy my own phone.
No, there'll be sponsors to the program. Come on.
If anybody wants to sponsor the Racing Addicts by buying me a brand new iPhone, iPhone Pro Max would be awesome. 15 or 16 doesn't have to be the newest one. That'd be fantastic. So,
yeah, words.
Words, things. Any final thoughts there, Mr. Words and Things?
No, I'm just hoping that the Tusky 50 is good this weekend. I really am.
Me too. I'm putting a lot of faith in that. We do have 3 nights, which is fun. I'm looking forward to that.
And they're calling for rain Thursday night into Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully that'll help get some moisture in the track.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't rubber up the bottom like last year. Please, dear God. No, looking forward to it too. Unfortunately, I think the Cup race is probably going to suck this weekend. But if Blaney wins, it'll all be well.
Exactly. It'll all be worth it.
So have a good week, y'all. And we'll see you next time, hopefully with some other friends too.
Peace.